5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the Daily Wildcats asked Coach Martz, "You're now 3-0 against Oregon and none bigger than this one. What can you tell us about how your team pulled this off?" Mike Martz says, "Well, as you all know, there's no good golf in Oregon this late in the season. I cannot play, and apparently someone booked me to stay in the Motel 6 with a chaperone, so I couldn't even start drinking until the game started." So the Wildcat says, "So you're not sober?" "No, I am. Someone took the gin out of my flask and replaced it with water and electrolytes. I pounded the hell out of it, but just hard to keep peeing."
Good times. Welcome to the Scafacci verse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scafacci verse. I am Anthony Scafacci.
I'm Alan Gigax.
We are your hosts, and we want to thank you for coming and joining us every single week for every single episode as we chug towards episode 100, man. Pretty soon, dude.
That's wild to think about.
That. Yeah.
That's a lot. You know, most podcasts only have like one episode, maybe two.
Yeah.
So we're way ahead
most
of the curve
crap
on
out
this.
at 3, and then most, I think it's like more than 50% don't make it to 10, and then after that it really starts to drop. So just the fact that we're still here, toiling away in obscurity.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Says something about us.
We are in like the top 20% of podcasts, but only in terms of longevity.
Yeah. Well, look, some took years. I follow
Oh, yeah.
a lot of different podcasts, and they take sometimes 3, 4, 5 years before like they really get rolling.
Right.
And look, I got 3 or 4 or 5 years, so
Yeah, we're not busy.
Yeah, we're not too busy. We'll keep making excellent shows.
That's right.
Because the talent here is there,
Dude,
man.
yeah, you can't hold down talent
No,
like this.
dude, we're gonna break through.
For real, though, our banter is
Solid.
really fucking
Yeah,
good.
it's really good, man.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do a stadium pulse today.
Absolutely, I got
And-
one for you.
Oh, boy. And
Yeah.
so we have a sponsor for that. Our sponsor is Dumper. Stop swiping and start wiping. Dumper.
That's so funny.
There we got good
Yeah,
sponsors.
yeah.
Good times. Yeah, we were just talking off air about the locations for some of our sponsors. We do have some that are nationwide.
Yeah,
Dumper.
Dumper.
Like Dumper.
Worldwide
Yeah,
soon.
worldwide soon. Yeah,
international
let's hope.
dumper.
Right,
French
yeah.
dumper.
Dumper.
Oh, that's so good.
Good times. All right, so are you ready for the stadium pulse?
I am.
All right, everybody get fired up. Put your seatbelts on, and here we go.
Speaking of seatbelts, this one is about people, right, who when you land at an airport on the plane and they immediately jump up out of their seat, start rifling through the overhead carrier to get their shit. Meanwhile, dude, it's going to take 30 fucking minutes to get off this plane. You're not going to grab your shit and race up to the front to get off that plane any goddamn faster. Maybe at best you beat like 2 people. So you're now, congrats, you're 2 people closer to the fucking end of the thing so you can get out the door, but you're going to be there, stuck there, standing up, looking uncomfortable for however long. Now I can tell you, and I want to praise my wife for this. She doesn't give a fuck. She will sit there, right? And we're just going to sit here and we're just going to wait till people like clear out. And then when the aisles are pretty clear, we'll stand up and get our stuff and we'll disembark like humans do. Dude, it is one of the most frustrating things to see people just try to jam that fucking aisleway. All for what, man? You're going to save like nothing. 17 seconds if you're lucky. Just sit in your seat, let the first few seats go. Then when your seat comes up, get your stuff, and get off the plane.
That's right. Fuck those people. Plus, dude, if you have like you're going to baggage claim or something, you're just going to be waiting a baggage claim. What's the difference?
Yeah.
The only thing
No,
I can
you get to
see-
wait there an extra fucking 19 seconds. Congrats, homeboy.
Yeah. It's nice sometimes to like
Slow
stand
down.
up after
Yeah.
the flight has ended. But again, think about like, okay, if the flight was 4 minutes longer, you'd be okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this.
You're
right
pretty
now.
much at their mercy anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people like as soon as the goddamn wheels touch down, they're like
Right.
already like, oh, I'm going to unbuckle. Dude, we still got to taxi over to the goddamn gate. We're not going
Yeah.
anywhere. Just fucking chill out, hot sauce.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That is a good call. All right, so what are we going to talk about today, Anthony?
Well, it's funny that we talk about travel, right?
Yep.
when we're going to talk about a place that we live, Vegas.
Hey, I
right?
live there.
Yeah, we live there. We've lived there. Both of us have lived here a long time. I think I'm coming up around 40 years.
Yeah, probably
Right?
about the same for me.
You know,
You're getting
and
close.
Vegas has changed a lot, right? And you still see, especially like social media, the marketing, like, oh, when I realize that I'm going to go to Vegas and my life's never going to change, or going to change forever, and
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like this transformative vacation
Dude,
where you're going to
if you have a transformative vacation in Vegas, it's not for good reasons.
no, yeah. Well, so look, I mean, I love Vegas, and I think it is an amazing
Oh,
city.
yeah.
There's so much cool shit here.
It's good at what it does.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
right, the reasons that Vegas grew and became this entertainment mecca, this Disneyland for adults, all that stuff is gone. Right? It's not that, back in my day. That's not what I'm here to talk about.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, back years ago, right, the whole thing about Vegas is it was cheap to get here.
Sure.
That most flights to Vegas were excessively cheap. Some were like super cheap. It was damn near
Sure.
Cheaper to fly here than it was to drive, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, in many cases.
Yeah, and you could just fly into Vegas, and then the hotel rooms were cheap.
Right.
Like, they didn't care.
They weren't trying to make a profit on the
they
hotel
were
rooms.
just
They
trying
wanted
to
you to
keep
stay
the
at the
lights
property.
on.
Yeah.
They just wanted to keep the lights on.
Right.
And just cover their basic nut
Right.
to like stay open, because that wasn't where they were going to make their money.
Right. They make the money on the gambling.
They were going to make their money exactly on the gambling, right?
Right.
And so everything around the gambling was basically cheap and affordable,
Right.
right? Like drinking, basically damn near free. I mean,
And if you were gambling, it was free.
It was free,
Yeah, the
right?
cocktail waitresses would come around.
and if they were worried about you leaving.
I don't want to forget about this.
Go ahead.
I got to tell you right now, somebody had come to Vegas. They were downtown, and they're gambling on the slot machine. And you know where it was? It was at the Sahara. And the cocktail waitress came around. Hey, what would you guys like to drink? And they order like a Hurricane or whatever, some girl drink. It doesn't matter. And then the cocktail waitress came around a second time after they finished that off. They ordered another drink, and they got charged for the second drink, like $16. You get a free drink, and then the next one they had to pay for. Like, dude, it was absolute madness.
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be that you would sit there maybe playing like nickel slots or whatever.
Right.
And dude, those drinks would just keep coming. It's
Yeah.
not, dude, they weren't making you like super fancy, expensive drinks.
Right.
It was, you get a free beer or
Yeah.
like a
Or-
vodka cranberry.
Right, or a little cup of wine or whatever
or,
it was.
margarita or whatever.
Right.
And they just kept coming because they wanted to keep you playing.
Yeah.
They didn't care if you got a little drunk while you did.
No,
You're more
you-
likely to make bad
Yeah,
decisions.
exactly.
Your math skills are going to, fall
Right.
apart. Right. And, long story short, like that was the lure to get here, right?
Right.
Is that it was affordable to get to Vegas. And then it was kind of up to you to piss away, all your money.
But
right.
dude, that was another cool thing is like, if you go to Disneyland, you're going to spend $2,500 and yeah, you're going to have a good time. But at the end, you're out and that's it. You come home. At Vegas, you might spend $2,500, but there's always a chance.
Yeah.
Come home a millionaire.
And so, getting back to that, like Vegas as adult Disneyland.
yeah.
That's how it was always marketed, is that this is Disneyland for adults. But, is it? Today, is it still Disneyland for adults?
It depends on what you're into. Obviously, the shows here, world-class shows. Some of the best shows on the planet. And then now with like the Sphere, it's a one of a kind, at least for now.
Yeah.
That Sphere experience, you can't get that anywhere else.
Well,
And it is-
actually, there might be another one somewhere, but I don't know about
I don't
it.
think
I've
so.
heard there is.
Nah,
So-
so
Yeah.
two of a kind at
yeah.
most.
Yeah, there ain't many.
Yeah, right. And that's become the hottest ticket in town, despite how crazy fucking expensive it is, which I know we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're definitely going to
But-
get to that.
So shows, world-class shows, dining, world-class dining. I think Vegas has like the second most Michelin-rated restaurants of any city in the world.
That used to not be
yeah,
the
it didn't
case.
used to be that way.
But now, dude, it's like celebrity
Right.
restaurants are all the
yeah,
rage. I mean,
right.
they're
And
everywhere.
super chefs, with
Yeah.
whatever. We have world-class shopping here. Like if you want to buy really expensive shopping, like
Sure,
you want to
yeah.
shop at the Gucci store,
Fendi or
yeah,
whatever,
whatever
yeah.
they are. I don't know from
Yeah.
those stores.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
But
there-
we have all that stuff. If you're super wealthy,
Yeah,
and
and
you
so-
want to do this stuff,
and so the question is Vegas still Disneyland? Well, it is if you
If
got
you
tons
have
of
enough
money.
money. Yeah, that's it.
But if you're just like Bob from Iowa,
Right.
and you want to take your family to Vegas,
Dude, the nightclubs. There's world-class
Yeah.
nightclubs here. Some of the best nightclubs in the world.
with these big time DJs and,
Yeah.
and all that.
But dude, the cover charge, whatever. I can't even speak to what cover charges
So
are these
if you're
days.
a good looking girl,
Oh, there
isn't
isn't
one,
one. Right.
But,
But
if
the
you're
dr-
not,
Right.
or if you're a dude,
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting in a line.
yeah, you're gonna be waiting in a long line,
Right, paying the
you're,
cover.
You're gonna get banged out for that goddamn cover charge,
Right, and then when you come in, that's all for the privilege of like a beer costs $17.
Oh, dude, 17 might even be low inside of
right,
a nightclub.
exactly, dude. It's such a fucking racket.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going and drinking like you would get like maybe like something, try to get lift off. You get like a Jaeger bomb or something like that. Figure like I'm gonna, dude, a Jaeger bomb. This is years ago. Was still like 22.
Dude.
Yeah, now that
Yeah,
thing's probably
it's-
32. And so
it's
like,
tough. I wonder, like, where do people get this kind of money?
well, and where do
to
the
come-
young people get
Right.
this kind of money? Like,
Yeah.
if you are below the age of 30 and you can come to Vegas and destroy 10 grand.
Yeah.
To go out
Right,
for
what are you
4
doing
nights.
for a living?
Yeah,
that you can do this?
OnlyFans or
Yeah,
but that
Tech
girl
Bros.
doesn't. She's not buying nothing anyway. Some dude's
Yeah,
gonna
right.
buy that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's a good call.
So it's the dudes. Yeah, like what dudes? I mean, I guess when we were young, we were doing it wrong,
Right.
but we didn't have that kind of money.
So, like, I recently took that trip to Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
And the whole trip, all in, was like $2,500.
that's not too bad.
No. And I was there for like 12 days or
Yeah.
something like that. So,
And
in
good
theory,
experience, right?
with $2,500, oh, great
Dude,
experience.
$2,500.
If I come to Vegas with that same $2,500, maybe 3 days. But if I gamble too much,
Well,
that could be gone in 10 minutes.
yeah. If you come here and don't really do anything, 2,500 is probably fine.
So I could stay in a nice hotel for like $300 a night.
Nice hotels
Nah,
gonna be
all right.
more than 300.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I can stay in a decent
You can stay in a
hotel.
decent hotel for
Right.
about 250 to 300
Okay,
a
so
night.
3 nights. There's like $900.
Yeah, right.
Call
Now
it
any
1,000.
meal today, you're looking at
$100.
like yeah. Well, so like
for, like,
let's
a
say you
nice-
just want to have some breakfast, some like bacon, eggs,
Right.
potatoes. Pretty
Right.
standard
$22.
Denny's style type
Yeah.
breakfast. Yeah, $22, dude. You're-
Right.
Right. And then
dude.
then you add the tip, and then
Yep.
now you're like say 26, 27.
Right. And then I want to go catch Wizard of Oz down at the
Oh, dude,
Sphere.
forget it, dude.
$250.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, I mean everything has just gotten.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to last 3 days in Vegas with the $2,500
$2,500.
budget.
Like I said, if you
that
did-
doesn't leave a lot left for gambling.
No, if you did nothing,
right.
you'd be fine. But we keep talking about the gambling, and so let's talk about the gambling.
Okay, yeah, because
So-
that's the draw, right? That's
Yeah,
what Vegas
right.
has. That
I mean,
yeah.
I was never a big gambler, but I would go out and play here and there, right?
Right.
I know you used to gamble a little bit more than me.
Yeah, but mainly it was for the free drinks.
Yeah, like, yeah,
it was
you-
low limit stuff for the free drinks, neither of which exist in the way they used to.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if you go to a locals casino, I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm sure like Green Valley Ranch probably has like $10 tables or something like that, or a $5 table for
Maybe
blackjack.
Sunset Station does. I don't know
You know,
about
or-
Green
yeah,
Valley
well, but
Ranch.
I'm saying,
yeah,
local-
Arizona Charlie's probably still has dollar tables.
Yeah, but like if you're on the strip,
Ah,
there might be one $5 table in a casino, but I would say that
maybe at like O'Shea's.
well,
Casino
I know
or
what they do
Casino
is
Royale.
they'll change the table limits, like so early in the morning.
Oh
when
yeah,
it's
it's
slow,
dynamic. Right.
They'll make the table limits a little lower.
Right.
But as they get to a busier time, dude, 25 is like bare minimum.
Absolutely.
Right. And so if you're playing like blackjack, for any of you who've never played blackjack in a casino, it goes pretty fast.
It does. Yeah,
Right.
those dealers are whipping through those
Yeah,
cards.
they do not take long. There's not a lot of like long, drawn out.
No, they got the
hands.
big
It ain't
shoe
poker,
that they're
you know.
drawing cards from, and they can put a lot of hands before they run out of that shoe.
Yeah.
Or some places have the auto shuffle that just keeps them coming the whole time.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're
Dude.
playing like Texas Hold'em, there could be a hand that lasts like 15 minutes because people are thinking and doing stuff and stuff like
I've
that.
never done that, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, so
But
like if
okay.
you play like a poker tournament or something
yep.
like that, there can be some long hands.
Okay.
Where like in theory, if drinks are coming around,
Yeah, there you go.
you're going to get a couple of drinks if that's what you're there for, just to
Right,
like
right.
drink and play some cards. But blackjack,
Yeah.
dude, you got like 60 seconds tops.
Right,
right.
right.
That shit's happening. And so if you're playing $25 a hand,
Right.
then dude, it doesn't take long. $100, $100, $100. And once you start chasing that dragon,
Well, so
Good luck.
The nice thing about games like blackjack is the house advantage is pretty low.
It's like 6-5, right, or something
Well,
like that.
no. It's like the expected return. You know, if you gamble, you should get like 97% of your money back. You know that you're going to how much you win versus how much you lose. The house take on blackjack is only like 3%.
Really?
It's pretty low. And so this is where
I must suck at blackjack.
Vegas. Well, I know it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
that when the dealer gets a 6-card 21.
Yeah.
You know, they had a 6 showing and like those motherfuckers. So anyway, but this is where Vegas kind of started to fall apart on the consumer side. Is that casinos start looking at like spend per hour. And if you're on a $5 blackjack table and the house edge is only like 3%, you could play for an hour and you might only lose $50 because you're going to have some back and forth. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, and it's very close to even.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to up that number because if you spend an hour in front of a video slot machine, you're going to lose $400 because it goes faster and the house advantage is much larger. It might be like 25%
Wow.
on a slot machine. Yep, exactly. And, you know, at craps, like, again, the edge is very small. And so casinos have to figure out a way. Well, they don't have to figure out a way. They're greedy motherfuckers.
They have figured out
Yeah,
a way.
they have figured out a way to suck more money out of you on those long-lasting games. And that's either by upping the minimums so that you just have to spend more money to play or changing the rules.
Yeah.
And that's the fucked part. Is like blackjack pays 3-2. So if you bet $20, you get a blackjack, you're going to win $30. Well, they changed it so that blackjack pays 6-5. So if you bet $20, you're going to win $24 instead of $30. And so that takes the house advantage from 3% up to, say, 6%. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what
But
the odds
whatever,
are.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, it gives them a lot more money in the end. And it just fucks the players. And there's no benefit to the player. And then they added all these side bets. Guys, every single side bet in Vegas is a sucker bet.
Yeah,
Every
bad
single
bets.
one of them.
Yeah.
The house edge on those could be 50%.
Yeah, and
you know, they're terrible
They
bets.
can't wait for that guy
Yeah.
who's coming up and he's going to roll the dice on
Right.
side bets.
And all
yeah.
the new games that they're playing, like the table game that has the worst odds in Vegas.
It's called side bet.
Well, not counting the side bets, 3-card poker.
Yeah.
And so you'll see that's like right up front and center with the flashy lights, like, oh, come play 3-card poker. Yeah,
You know how they hold up those 3? It's just a finger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 3, they're poking you. They've got one in the pink, one in the stink, and I don't know, the other one in your mouth, I
Yeah,
guess.
they fuck
Yeah,
you.
they go airtight. Right. So that's how they fuck you. And then on roulette, you know, in Europe, European roulette only has 1 0. And so the odds are all normal. Like you get paid 36-1 if you hit something, but then there's the 0, and that's where the house makes their money because there's technically 37 numbers, or they're only paying you like there's 36. So the odds are really tight. You know, you have good odds there. So in America, we have 00, so that doubles the house advantage.
Sure.
It literally doubles the house edge. Well, now these motherfuckers have started doing 000 roulette. And
Foul.
dude, it's so out of line. And like, I'm at the casino playing roulette, and then I realized, like, oh wait, there's 3 zeros on this wheel. What the fuck is this? The table right next to me, the roulette table, only has 2 zeros.
Yeah.
Why am I playing here? What am I, a fucking idiot?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing in Vegas now, is like you have to try to hunt for just like normal rules.
Yeah, just
And dude, a casino, I don't remember which one it was. I think it might have been the Strat. Tried a fucking 4-0 roulette. And they put in like extra side bets, like,
just-
oh, this is more interesting.
every stool just has a dildo.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
right
Yeah, you got to sit right on it. And it's like, these
It's
motherfuckers.
perfectly lined up for your asshole.
And so when you see that like visitation numbers are down, you know, there's a number of reasons for that.
Yeah.
But one of them is that people, it's just, there's not the value proposition that there used to be. And then we talk about outside of the gaming floor.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Yeah.
So like another thing that used to be this big value were like the loss leaders.
Yes.
Right. And so like going to the casino, if you were hungry, you would just maybe go to the buffet. The buffet was like $10 or $12
Yeah.
or something cheap. And dude, just eat whatever. And the buffets were usually pretty good. I mean,
they
it
were
wasn't
fine.
like super fancy.
Right.
But like, you know, there'd be like prime rib, for example, or, you know, there'd be at least one like kind of high end thing to sell their buffet. And the rest
Right.
would just be kind of standard food, you know,
Yeah.
like some barbecue ribs or
Mashed
chicken,
potatoes
mashed
and
potatoes,
shit, yeah.
salad, things like that. But dude, not only, I mean, COVID killed a lot of that.
Yeah.
But COVID's basically been gone. They never brought it back.
Right. Yeah. It turns out they didn't need that. You know, they weren't making money on
Well,
it.
what they realize is these people are stuck here.
Yeah.
And so now, if you're
Right.
hungry, you could just go get that bagel for $18.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
right? The
and-
bagel costs as much as the buffet used to
Yeah,
cost.
I mean,
yeah.
it's
the margins are
you
way
know,
higher.
But also, like everywhere that they used to just be willing to take a hit,
right.
they're not willing to take that hit no more.
No.
You know, everything, like going to the pool, you know, everything's marked up. Like, do you need
Yep.
some sunscreen? Guess what? You're staying in Vegas. You need some sunscreen.
Right.
If you didn't bring it,
Yeah, you're gonna get.
you're
reamed.
buying some goddamn like Tommy Bahama sunscreen for $51 for a tube that's
Right.
gonna last you an hour and a half. And
Dude,
I
these
mean,
motherfuckers.
you know, it's everything surrounding it.
Right.
They've just monetized.
Yeah, they nickel and dime you for everything.
Yeah. I mean, parking.
Everything.
Dude,
Oh.
do we even need to get into parking?
We do. We do.
So, like-
because obviously it was free everywhere forever, except like
parking
downtown when it
is
was really
one
limited.
of the things in Las Vegas that you used to just figure it was essentially limitless.
Yeah.
Every casino had a giant garage
Right.
with multiple floors that were empty. That
Yeah.
like you sometimes you would just drive up to like the 6th floor of the garage, you'd be the only car parked there.
Right.
And still, most of these garages empty most of the time.
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah, they got plenty of spaces.
But guess what, dude? They're gonna bang you out for the parking
Yeah.
too.
And it's not a little bit.
No, dude,
It's like $20.
It's not $2 to park.
Yeah.
It's $30 to park.
Right.
And you know, on like if you go to see like a Knights game,
Mm-hmm.
then so you know if you go to like anything where there's an event,
Right.
dude, it's like $45-$50 to park.
Yeah.
Raiders games are like $55-$60, I think.
And good luck coming to Vegas on a day when there's not some sort of event going on. So it's just another excuse
Yeah.
to raise the prices. And I talked to a lady who's in finance at one of the casinos. It doesn't matter which one. And I'm like, hey, you know, this is obviously backfiring. Consumers don't like it. It's pissing people off. What are the chances that you'll undo the parking fee? And she said, not only is it not going to happen, it can't happen because, like at the MGM,
they sold the parking.
they sold
garage.
the parking garage.
Yeah.
They don't even own their own parking garage anymore. So now it's a company that is a parking garage company, and they make their money.
Yeah.
That's their business
Yeah,
model.
they bought a
is-
parking garage,
Yeah.
and now they got to get that money back.
Right. So there's zero fucking chance
it's
that they're
not
going to
happening.
stop charging their one sole source of income.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Dude.
I mean, like the whole thing just went upside down.
Yeah,
when it came
and that
to
happened to Vegas broadly when venture capitalists came in or these equity companies and started buying stuff up. And so, like, Caesar's Palace, which has been around since the 60s,
Yeah.
they no longer own the dirt under the casino. Now they have to pay rent
Yeah.
to one of these holding companies every month. They're paying millions of dollars in rent on their own property so that they could get this cash infusion to buy back their own stocks.
Dude, it's
that's
dirty.
It's dirty. It's fucked, and it's all coming home to roost. And this is where, like, Vegas has put itself in this bad position where they can't be that value anymore because they sold their fucking soul
Yeah.
so that their CEOs could get, you know, $60 million bonuses.
Dude, it's bad. But you know, it's not that Vegas is some terrible place or you
No,
shouldn't
it's
come
great.
here or anything like
It
that.
is great.
It's just that if you are going to come here, just recognize you need to have a lot of money.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive.
You're not going to just come here without a pocket full of cash that
Right.
you can piss away.
You could
it'll-
say at Motel 6 maybe, but even that, like down there, they still charge
Dude,
the resort
like,
fee,
they
which is
just-
just a junk fee.
Yeah, they just $99 a night for
Yeah.
like the Motel 6 that smells like dirty feet and stink balls.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And yeah, there's meth heads in the room right next to you, and yeah, I mean it's not good. So, I mean, like there is still,
But there's still no place like it.
Yeah, no,
if you
I
want to
mean-
go to the Sphere, you're coming here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of great things, and like you can go to downtown, and downtown
There's a
is
little more value.
a little bit more value,
Right, you can stay at the Downtown Grand or
and
something.
like there's free shows on Fremont and stuff like that, and the
Yeah.
drinking down there is not as bad. And you know, and if you're wily, when you come to Vegas, what you do is you get yourself like a cooler. You go to like Walmart, get a cooler, and you fill that cooler with stuff to drink or things to eat. Because guess what? You can't open the goddamn fridge anymore in your room.
Yeah, that is true.
That's
right.
another
Yeah,
thing.
the mini bar in there is
Yeah,
right. The
you used
fridge
to
is
be
super
able to. You could
expensive.
at least like pull the stuff out, not drink it, and then
Yeah.
put your stuff in the fridge. No, now it's got a goddamn like magnetic
Sensor in it or
scale
something.
in
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
And if you remove something, you just bought it. You
Yeah.
might as well drink
Right.
it.
You just bought a bottle of Fiji for $11.
Yeah, I mean, and people,
maybe more.
Oh, people
Yeah.
say, oh, you just got to tell them that you're like diabetic and you need a fridge for insulin. Well, apparently, you know what the casinos did? They
What?
bought these little tiny fridges to give you for insulin.
Oh, there you
that
go.
you can't fit anything else in.
Right.
So if you try to pull that noise, no, they got you beat there
Dude,
too.
so when you're in like valet and people are using the bell cart to take their stuff in, you'll see people bringing in like coolers.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to make it affordable. By the way, pro tip, you just bring a cooler.
Yeah.
And you can go down to like, there's a Walgreens on
instead
the
of having
strip.
instead of having like a suitcase, just put your stuff in a cooler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with a bunch of ice.
Yeah, a
All right,
rolling
dude.
cooler. Yeah.
So if we're going to pay for all this shit, we need our own sponsors. So this week's sponsor is Strawberry Week Moon Cups. Fellow listeners, do you find your lady's visits from Aunt Flo to be overwhelming? Do the prices of feminine products have you seeing red? Get it? Seeing red?
I do get it.
Yep. Do you worry about the environmental impact of free bleeding? Plus, it attracts bears. Plus, it's bad for your carpet. Say goodbye to expensive and disposable products like crammers and sanitary pads and say hello to Moon Cups from Strawberry Week. Our handy step-by-step guide shows you how to properly insert our Moon Cups using nothing more than a willing partner and a glass coffee table. And once the cup fills up, simply discard the fluid into a sealed container and take it to any nearby facility that processes industrial waste. Nothing could be simpler. Strawberry Week Moon Cups, saving the world one cup at a time.
All right, another excellent sponsor read.
I do.
Alan, you're just dude. You're in rare form, man. I tell you, you've just week after week, you got those things nailed down.
Yeah, reading is one
Yeah,
of the things that I'm
dude.
good at. But there's still like little flubs in there that.
Yeah, it's okay, man. A year from now, dude, you're gonna be like professional.
Ah, there you go.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, that would mean making money from this stuff. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, for Anthony Scafacci.
I'm Alan Geegak.
This has been a balls deep production of the Scafacciverse podcast. We are out.